So welcome to another video of the Worm Gang. I'm not talking loudly because it's quite early in the morning. So in this video we're going to clear out working bin 1. I've already made a video of clearing out working bin 2, so I'm kind of like posting them together. I'm not going to use a sieve or anything like that. I'm just going to see how a method works that I've seen others do. Now you will be absolutely amazed, even I am to this day, how what you see was once fruit and veg and now it just resembles soil. It's absolutely amazing the work that the composting worms do. So please follow my channel and please like this video and keep watching. Thank you. As you can see, I've still got some worms in the working tray who are busy munching what's left of the food. Compost worms are light sensitive, so they'll start to burrow down. So I'm just going to take the first few inches out. You can use any tarpaulin, but I bought this from Aldi's for $3.99. What I've done, I've emptied the working tray and I've spread it out thinly. The sun has gone in, so what I did hope was for it to dry out and the worms seek shelter under damp newspaper. So I'm going to leave that for a little while. So what we'll probably find now is all the worms will clump together, in which case it'll be easier to remove them. The other thing to be careful of with the contents of your tray spread out, what we don't want is wildlife, you know, birds swooping down and having a banquet dinner. I'm going to have a sift through all of this that I've pulled out from the working tray. And I've taken the wet newspaper. Any worms that I find, I'm going to lay on here. I'm just going to kind of fold it over slightly because they'll be light sensitive. And then I've got an old cat litter tray. Any soil that I want to use in the garden, I'm going to put in here. So again, the weather's not warm enough to dry all this out for the worms to then migrate beneath the coolness of the wet newspaper. So we've got a few little worms here that have actually clustered together, whether you can see them. So I'm just going to pop those here. I'm just going to sprinkle it on here, and then I can catch any little hidden worms and then just pop them on the newspaper. It shouldn't take long anyway. Sort of worms still bundling together here. That's making it quite easier to pick them out. And I want them back in the bedding tray. A lot of them are about to reproduce. I haven't seen any baby eggs yet. One thing to know, if you've got clumps of wet newspaper, they do tuck themselves deep inside, so it all mulches down, but if you pull it apart you will find worms munching away in there. Because I've laid the soil out thinly, we've got a lot of worms here that have clustered together. Here they are, look, another little cluster. Oh, another one. It's like Christmas. Little group of worms here. Let's get those out. Making it really easy for me. Come on, you lot. Get you under here. So I'm just going to continue with this. As I said, lack of sunshine today. It hasn't dried out as I hoped. So these worms that I've removed from the tarpaulin, I'm going to return to the bedding tray with the wet newspaper. So this is the last of the contents of the working tray. I lifted this up and, oh yes, they are here. I lifted this up and I found a cluster of worms hiding beneath the damp newspaper. So I just wanted to see if any others had clustered. I found quite a few, but I just wanted to show you. Look, See? They've all clustered together. So I'm going to just take all those out. Just put them in the pile of worms that are going back in the bedding. Let's just see if there's any more clusters. I've got another one here. So I do quite like this method. It isn't taking that long, if I'm honest. Now there is just one other thing that I want to add to this video, and that's your contents that you're going to add to your plants. Now, once I'd finished with everything on the tarpaulin, this old cat litter tray was actually quite full, and then gradually I've been topping up the plant pots. But before doing so, I have been checking for worms, and obviously worm eggs. You'll find that some of the worm eggs will have hatched, so they'll be like tiny minuscule things, and you have to look carefully. The contents of this tray I've left in a dark shed. And it has finally dried out, and most probably because I've not been adding high water content food, which I won't, because it's going onto my plants as nutrient rich fertiliser. But again, it's so important to look through for any eggs and any worms. Now there's more eggs in here than there was a few days ago, so I strongly suspect the worms that I found have given birth, and I want to keep these eggs. I like to try different methods that I see online and just see what works best for me and the worms. So we're going to start a money saving worm bin. I do have 3 episodes to publish very soon, and we're going to do it step by step, but just trying really hard not to spend tons of money doing so. I know there's lots of plastic bins out there, but again, it's trying to do things cost effectively without spending lots of money, because everything costs so much today. On my website I also have a product testing, cash incentive, and different ways to raise money to buy things, so please visit my website as well. These are all things that I try and test. So again, thank you for watching, and please follow, and happy Sunday.